instructor. I teach teens and adults. Today's lesson is on night driving dangers, how being a drivers learn. So let's go ahead. We're in a neighborhood right now and it is almost dark. So obviously we want to make sure your windshield is clean. We'll do some small narration. We're coming up to an intersection before we get on the main road. So I'm gonna go up and stop at the stop sign. Had to complete stop, then I'm gonna move forward. This is an inside view today in a different vehicle. We're waiting for traffic. Then I'm gonna turn left. So I'll go across and keep your turn short. Turn in the nearest lane, and that's what I've done. What you see is real. You can see all the streaks of cars. That's how it looks if you're an eyeglass wearer. It doesn't look very appealing. Good speed control is imperative when you're driving at night. This is a 2023 car, so the brand is not important, but when you have the newer vehicles, they have different technologies. Go ahead and get over to the right. I need to make a right turn, so I'm going to go in the nearest lane. And a lot of time roads won't have the pavement markings really clear. So keep your turn short. You see me turning in the nearest lane, and that glare is gone. Like, it's completely gone. So that goes to show you how glare can impact your eyes. So I'm gonna go ahead and get over to one of the middle lanes. You can hear the blinker. And once you're in the middle lane, you want to kind of stabilize your speed. We want to try to make most lights. We don't want to speed to the light, but we also want to be within the speed limit. So I'm trying to adjust my speed and adjust my speed to this car. There's a big semi truck to the right, so I see people cutting over. So I'm gonna go and stop. If you can stop in 3 seconds, you should. So that's what I'm doing. Try to clean the lens to this. Just like cleaning your glasses. Now the glare is less. Yeah, that looks a lot better. So if your glasses aren't clean, then you're going to have that glare. So that's a good teachable moment. If you wear glasses or it's hard to see, clean this windshield. The windshield is pretty clear, so I have to wipe off the lens. And now it's pretty good, so we're good. And a lot of time driving in the evening like this or early night, it's about focus and concentration. If you don't have good focus and concentration, you won't be able to see as well. So you notice I clean up the lens. It's less glare, but it is still something there. And our eyes do have lenses in them. And if you're younger, 15 to 25, you can see pretty good. You should be able to. But as you get older, the lenses in your eye do harden, and then you may have to have corrective lenses. So when you go to the DMV, they're going to test your vision. Every 2 years, I'm a state certified instructor. They test my vision. I have to go through a medical examination and take a professional development class. So I'm good. I can see better than 20/20. So I'm lifting my foot so I don't run right into this car. This car could cut in front of me, but I'm just taking my time, maintaining good speed. My speed is about 52. My temperature is almost in the middle. My gasoline, my petrol is half a tank, and I'm at about 1,100 RPMs. The middle lane is the smooth lane. So if we were driving, I would say I want you to get into the middle lane. We want to start scanning left and right. Anytime you drive in the evening or dark, there's a risk of having an accident, and most of the time it's drivers running into something they can't see. Also, I do have a tendency to have dry eyes, so I have to blink quite frequently, and I do have some drops that I use occasionally to get that moisture going. But it's a beautiful evening, and driving at night is peaceful. Hey, you're welcome, Jackson. How you doing? Okay, I want to hear some good news. I want to hear that you have your TIP, you've been driving. I appreciate you so much. So I'm just trying to maintain good speed, stay consistent. If I go too fast, I'll have to stop at every light. If I go too slow, I'll hold up the traffic. So if you were driving with me, let's pretend Miss Jackson was driving. Miss Jackson, I would tell you to lift your foot a little bit, keep a little space, and just cruise. I'm doing pretty good. A little bit tired. Been going into classroom quite a bit. So I was really tired driving home during rush hour, and I got to feel my body because we had to go outside. We had a lot of people outside. We had a lot of visitors, and it was very hot. So when you're in the hot weather all day, it just takes your energy. I tried to stay hydrated as much as I could. So that's a good point. If you don't hydrate, it's going to be harder and more difficult for you to drive, harder and more difficult for you to concentrate. Because driving, most of you can drive. Driving is about concentration. If you look at all three lanes, most of us I'm at about 49, the speed limit's 50, and I'm just cruising, taking my time, not tailgating anyone. Everyone's about 49 or 50. Just being smooth. Car behind me is a little bit. I'm just going to maintain my speed. You can only protect the space in front of you. If people try to tailgate you, there's nothing you can really do. You want to maintain speed, and that's what I'm doing. And I'm just trying to be smooth. There's no other place for me to go. So if I start getting and having anxiety and panic attacks, I'll start losing focus, drifting left, drifting right, and that's what you don't want to do. So if Miss Jackson was with me, let's pretend I'm our instructor, I would tell you squeeze your brake a little bit and scan left and right, because cars could cut us off. And I would tell you increase your following distance some, which is good. And we don't want to hang around trucks. There are 4 blind spots, left side, right side, front and back. We're back open again, so I would tell you pick up a little bit. Miss Jackson getting her lesson. Tomorrow's her road test. I would say your speed control's really nice. We're looking ahead. You want to be very predictable for your driving teacher and your road tester. So I'm going to have her make a lane change to right. So let's pretend she did. Turn on your right turn signal, look over your right shoulder, and then some drivers jerk the wheel. So I just jerked the wheel. Miss Jackson, you might do that. You might jerk the wheel if you grab it too hard. And that does happen. And once we can see the car in our mirror, this is outside view, I would tell you, I need you to get over one lane to the left, mirror, turn signal, and you might jerk the wheel. So if you see the car jerk a little bit, that happens to beginning drivers, or if you haven't driven in a couple of weeks. Speed control's pretty good. I would tell you maintain good speed. I don't like to see a lot of drivers cut lanes back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Like for instance, let's make a lane change to the right. Blinkers on about 3 blinks. Look over my shoulder, and you can see the blinker outside, and then I cut it off. So we're in an open lane, that's fine. We're a little bit faster than I want, about 55. It's okay, but cars waiting to pull in front of us might just pull right off in front of us, and that's never good. Speed control's looking nice. If this is like that car coming out to the right, a lot of beginning drivers panic and lift their foot. If you notice, we're moving a little bit faster than the rest of the cars. So I would say to Miss Jackson, if she's driving, hey, I need you to slow down a little bit. And then she would lift her foot, and we're back down to our speed limit. And I would tell you, I'd like you to make a lane change to the left before the light. So I want to see if she can execute this. And most students can execute that lane change before the light, because I'm getting you ready for your road test. I'm getting you ready to be able to execute Because your road tester will give you a command. Make a right turn, make a left turn, make a lane change to the left, make a lane change to the right. At the next light, I need you to make a left. They're going to tell you commands, and you have to be able to execute these commands. And if you don't, you won't be able to, you won't pass. Example, one of my clients telling a story, she failed her road test twice. And I talked to the guardian, it is to parallel park. So if you don't practice parallel parking, hey, we talked about lights yesterday in class. This Amazon truck to the right, no shade, they don't have the lights on. This is dangerous. They would get a ticket. We just talked about this in class the other day. Okay, so they don't have on any lights, so I'm gonna hunt them. Well, barely got lights on. So we could hit them because they're not visible. I know you like Chick-fil-A, right? So what I'm trying to tell you is you got to be aware, and their headlights are on, but their back headlights are on. So if I was an officer, I would pull them over and say, hey, sir, ma'am, your lights are not on? I would give them a warning. It's about educating the public. So let's get back to this. Our speed control is pretty good. We're not on cars. And let's mention all of you who are watching, all 5 million of you, no, it's only 5. I would tell you, hey, your speed control is good. We're actually about 47. The speed limit is 50. There's nowhere for me to go. I can't go to the left. I can't go faster in the middle. I can't go to the right. So a lot of beginners are like, what am I supposed to do? You maintain great speed control, you stay smooth. And that's what I want to encourage you to do. And a lot of people hate slowing down, like these cars to the right. Some will just cut over. Some, okay, this is a 392. You know, I see the people who drive performance cars like that sometimes are very aggressive. So you got to watch out. And I'm not mad at Dodge for making the Hellcat and the 392. I get it, but you got to be mindful. So we're maintaining a good speed to get through these lights. A lot of beginners go 5 under, 7 under, and we get stuck at every single light. I'm looking ahead at this car ahead of me, lifting my foot a little bit. So I teach by giving you support. I want to see you execute. I don't micromanage you. I let you grow. I let you learn. And driving is a learned process, and it takes up to 10 years. So if you're 16, 26. If you're 15, 25. If you're 30, 40. It's a process. Night driving is a whole new animal. So my speed control is pretty good. I did clean off the lens on the phone. So now you kind of understand. This is why when you blink, there are tears. Your tear ducts give you moisture. So it's a lot better. And I do have to get over to the right about a half a mile before the light. We're okay, the light just changed. We went over this tonight in class. You never want to slam brakes. I'm gonna get over one lane to the right. And then a lot of beginners, I don't want to slam it, but a lot of beginners wait till the last second. And I'm gonna kind of show you what a beginner, see how close I am? But they already had an accident from towing. And I'm just up, see the bus behind me? So I'm clear. They kind of set me up. The bus should not be there, but I looked. That's why you want to leave room. Then I'm gonna get back over to the right. And every time you squeeze your brakes, those pads are wearing out. So I'm just gonna squeeze my brakes. And this turn is really a very short, tight turn. So I want to see the rear of his tires on the ground. And what am I looking at? I'm looking at the intersection. What are cars doing to the left? What are cars doing to the right? Is there a pedestrian walking across the street? There's something called a right hook. And if you've been listening to me, you should know what the right hook is. Cars, pedestrians, people walking, if we're not looking, we could literally kill someone by making a right turn. It's called the right hook. I want to turn into the nearest lane to keep my turn short, and I just did. And then I accelerate out of the turn. I'm going to get over one lane to the left because this vehicle is larger than me, and I want you to be able to see. So I'm going to tell you, please make a lane change to the left. Thank you for the thumbs up. Just bringing you value, give it a thumbs up. And I'm kind of narrating, just taking you through. So if we're driving right now, our speed control is really good. I'm like, you're doing a great job. Talking about school, talk about what's happening in social media, just trying to build a relationship, right, and make you feel comfortable. Also, I am tired tonight, so I want to show you, sometimes I do have to train people when I'm tired, but I didn't drive tonight because you have to know your limits in night driving. And I do have the AC on, so you would say, hey, why is it so cold in the car? I have the AC on. I don't want us to fall asleep. So our speed control is pretty good. Your lane position is nice. I'm going to try to show you what a beginning driver would do. You're going to drift to the right. See me drifting to the right? Very dangerous. And a lot of times, bigger vehicles just take up more space in the lane. And I'm looking ahead, we're about 35 miles an hour. There's less glare. If you're getting a lot of glare, clean your windshield, clean your headlights, clean your glasses. At the beginning of the video, it was very smeared. Looking at this intersection, I almost thought that vehicle to the left was going to turn. The speed limit is good. And I'm maintaining good lane positioning. I'm barely turning the wheel, so I want you guys to learn to have great lane positioning, great speed control, so you can be predictable to other drivers. You can be predictable to traffic lights. Predictability, consistency with speed control is so important. A lot of beginning drivers just either go too slow, 10 under. If it's 45, they're driving at 35, 34, 33. Some drivers tend to be a little bit more aggressive. 1 in 200 drivers I have tend to be a lot more peppier or gas pedal happy. So I'm trying to tell them to slow down, because speed can kill. And you always want to be aware and just scan, like all these cars pulling off from this private driveway. And, you know, there's a bar over here, so I'm not saying they are under the influence, but people go to the bar to eat, to consume alcohol. So you want to be that defensive driver. I'm just scanning the intersection left and right, and I'm just looking, and that's what you need to do. And this car up front of me is going a little slower. The car behind me is really speeding up, so I'm just lifting my foot off the gas. And I want to see you keeping your space. You can see how they're passing me real fast. That was the car that was behind me. So now I'm squeezing my brakes, and then the light just turned green. So what this black car could do is just cut in front of me. Now I'm squeezing more. You always want to have and be able to see the tires on the ground. If you can't, you're too close. And I would tell you that, so when you take your road test, you can be successful. Certain locations, you can only miss 15. The light just changed. That's okay. We're fine. Maintain a good speed again. Nice and smooth. I'm going to go ahead and, demonstrate a lane change. So you turn on your right blinker. I would say, hey, can you please make a lane change to the right? And then I'm going to have you look over your right shoulder, make that lane change, and then it's off. Okay. Your road tester, your driving instructor wants you to be able to make safe lane changes consistently. A lot of beginners squeeze the brake and slow down. Like that lane change is kind of really unexpected. And everyone's just kind of cruising. We're at about 34 miles an hour. And then they're cutting over too. I'm not saying they're an erratic lane changer, but you see those types of things. And what is this driving environment? It is 9:22 at night. Okay, so on a Wednesday. I looked in there to see what the person is doing. It's a single male, kind of rubbing his eyes, could be tired. We have a Tesla up here. You got to know the driving environment. And then again, we're having conversation about school. We're having conversation about driving. I'm trying to encourage you to get a job because it's about positivity. Once you get your license, you've got to start thinking about a job. Whoa, hit the gas a little too hard. And beginning drivers do that sometimes. So you have to be able to get a job because it takes money, or if we had the Tesla, it takes a charge to charge that thing back up. So our speed control is pretty good. Keeping space. And these pavement markings are really clear and easy to see. Trust me, it's not like this in other parts of the country. We're right at 45, that's the speed limit. A lot of beginners at this time, they're getting tired. You've been up all day. I have to go to 10:30 or 11:30 at night. I'm squeezing my brakes because I see this car ahead of me. I don't know what they're doing. And you have to anticipate what cars will do. This is kind of what a beginning driver drives like, really slow. It's 30. We're going 30 into 45, so that's what beginning drivers would do. And then I'm gradually picking back up. And also, beginning drivers are very slow when the light turns green. So what happens, you start chasing cars. You start going faster to keep with the traffic. So I would say, I need you to slow down a little bit. So we're at about 43. Foot's lifted off. I'm at 39, 38, 37, 36, 35. And then I squeeze my brakes. So this is a good teachable moment. About 4 cars, you should start slowing down. If you go a little bit faster, you need to slow down sooner. A lot of students ask me that. And that glare could be from the lens in the camera. We got a Mustang to our left, so I want you to hear this. The car's not anything special, but sometimes people kind of show out a little bit if they have a high performance car, so I want you to hear this. I'm going to move forward really easy. And I see the Tesla, so I'm going to squeeze my brake. They put that blinker on less than 300 feet. So there's a Mustang coming up me to the left. I just want you to hear this. There's that Mustang convertible, really nice. If you get tired, you need to take a break. It's okay. Stay hydrated. I'm maintaining good speed. My blind spot indicator is showing us a little light in my mirror, and I'm going to get over one lane. And also, beginners tend to drift to the left. See, there they go, clowning around up there. And I'm not mad. I've driven a Mustang before. I also had a Z28 Camaro, really nice, manual. But also, you got to stay focused on safety. The number one thing is safety. Safety is no accident. So I'm maintaining good speed. Everything looks pretty good. There's less glare. And it's all because of the headlights and taillights. The lens is clean, just like our eyes. Sometimes the brightness and darkness fatigue our eyes and we get tired. And I'm gonna go ahead and get it. I have to make a left turn, so I get it now. The line is broken. You should be able to see that. And I'm gonna squeeze my brakes. I'm judging distance. This is a protected left turn. You see how those lights blind us? Then I have a blinking yellow, so I'm gonna go ahead and make my turn. We wanna turn. There's that Mustang. You wanna turn by the double yellow. Keep your turn short. So let's examine this light thing again. The lens is clean, but whenever you get light, it kind of blinds you momentarily, so you want to look to the right side of the road. My speed is pretty nice, and it looks pretty bright. The headlights in this vehicle are 2023, so this means they're high output headlights. You can see pretty good. I'm not upset that you guys were driving 2019, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 2004. You drive whatever your parents are going to give you, and you're going to be thankful. You should be thankful. And that's what I'm trying to get you to remember. But if you're fortunate enough to drive a 2020, 21, 22, 23, you're going to have more safety features, crash avoidance, lane departure. And you will be able to spot things a lot sooner. Like you see the headlights again, you see those stars that will blind you. So you want to be safe. We're driving in North America. Every road is different. Every country's different. I'm going to be making a left-hand turn. So this is a protected left-hand turn. I'm going to get in, saw that car cut across. I'm going to get in right where I'm supposed to. Then I go up, and then I squeeze the brakes. And then I want to see the rear of the tires. Blinkers on. I'm good. A lot of beginners, if you were with me, you wouldn't be able to see where I need you to turn. Left-hand turns are very challenging for beginning drivers, so you really need to have a good instructor. Your mom and dad can't be arguing in the car. Your little sister or brother can't be messing with you in the back. I would simply say, okay, we're going to relax. And you guys got to stay with me. And the hardest thing right now is this, just sitting here and waiting. But if we don't wait, we could get hit. So we had that blinking yellow, so I'm not sure what this car, as soon as they went, they heard me. Then I'm gonna go up. I'm gonna hesitate like a beginning driver. I could have went, but I'm gonna wait. Then I'm gonna make the turn. I'm already in the intersection. And I'm going this first driveway. Gotta go to the office. Blinkers on, I'm gonna go ahead and turn. Pull up. I gotta go get something out of the laboratory. Also, I'm parking. I'll be right back, guys. Leave some questions. I'll be right back. All right, guys, I'm back. And sometimes if you're tired, you got to get out and stretch your legs. I'm not a energy person, energy, Monster energy drink or any of those. They're just, they just have too much caffeine. So to each his own. There are two different routes I could take. One has 3 or 4 roundabouts, but it's really dark. I'm going to stay on the main road, but if you want me to go on there, put some comments in. So I'm here at the private driveway. I'm waiting. It's clear. I'm going to make my turn. And then I stop at the stop line. You have to stop right here and wait. We have a red light. There's no sign saying I cannot turn a red, but I have to look to my left. This is one area where a lot of beginners fail because they don't stop and they pull out right in front of traffic. So I can move up. So what I'm going to do is move up. It's clear to my left. I'm going to turn into the nearest lane. I'm going to show you another common mistake. This is not the lane. A lot of beginners turn in the wrong lane, so I'm going to get over. This is where the lane is. You have to look at your pavement markings. It's at night, so school is not in. If it was, we would be driving 30. If you want me to drive on the expressway, I can do that. Just type it in the comments for me. Just put expressway and I'll go on. Speed control is pretty nice right now. I'm at 45. We got a solid white line. That's the edge of the road. We got a double yellow, which means we can't pass. So if you just popped in, we're doing a night drive. I'm pretending you're with me. Let's pretend you've been at school all day or working all day, and I have too. Class is over. We're driving. We switched drivers. So what I'm going to do is just maintain good speed. In fact, I'm going to drive like a beginner. I'm going to drive about 37 miles an hour. So we're under speed right now. The speed limit here is 45. So drivers will start tailgating us. what I would tell you here, I need you to pick up a little bit. I'll turn our air conditioning a little bit higher. I'm going to go ahead and get over to the right. You can barely see that there's a lane all the way to the right. A lot of beginners, I've had students hit this curb because they can't see it. Green light, we look, we check, we turn in the nearest lane, and I want to see you turn hand over hand into the turn, and then hand over hand out, accelerate out. This straightaway is very misleading. People go 60, 70, 80, but it's heavily patrolled, and this is a wooded area. Expressway, okay, I'm gonna turn around. I'm gonna turn around. Someone said expressway. Okay, I'm gonna turn around, and I can do a U-turn, so I'm gonna show you what looks, but first there's no sign saying I cannot. So I'm just waiting for this car ahead of me, and I don't wanna like totally like drift and whip it around, but I'm gonna turn on my left blinker, and then it's clear, and then I'm gonna turn. I'm doing a U-turn, so you see me turning around. All right, I'm gonna go up about 2.5 miles. We're gonna take another road, get on expressway. So I'm scanning the intersection. Also, there's a banquet hall. You know, people are eating, could have, you know, a little alcohol. I'm scanning, I'm not gonna run the light. I squeeze the brake. And then whenever you stop, you wanna look in your rearview mirror to make sure there's no one behind you, someone who could hit you. What am I doing now? I'm just looking at the intersection. Our car's speeding through. Is someone trying to run? That Charger could be an undercover officer, because that looks like, because I have some family members in law enforcement, that looks like an undercover officer. So I'm just scanning the intersection. There's a Rivian electric vehicle. I'm a car enthusiast, if you can't tell. My fuel is good because I know I'm going to be getting an expressway. I have enough fuel. Temperature is normal, and the same. My engine RPMs are about 700. The light is yellow. They ran the light. Another truck is coming. I'm glad they stopped, but I'm going to look. You see that green turning arrow? A lot of people will just jump because they see a green light. And I'm just looking left and right. Then I gently accelerate. This car to the left, they're supposed to yield. So in about 1.5 miles, we'll take another road to get up to the expressway. So I'm just scanning. There's just a huge wooded area. Animals, deer, people pulling out. I'm glad you asked me to get on the expressway. I think that's going to bring you more value. It's going to help you. It's going to give you insight. And the speed is pretty smooth. You can see the pavement markings too, so that's always good. And it's really hard for beginning drivers and older drivers because you just can't see, or you haven't learned how to see. I'm lifting my foot off the gas. I see this. Maintain speed. A lot of people are shopping at Target, so you got to be aware of what's going on. Got to have a sense of humor. Okay, so in a moment I have to get over to the right. A lot of kids almost hit this curb here, so I'm going to get over. I check my blind spot. And of course, we have a red light. I want to see you stop. Now, I could turn on red, but I can't see to my left. You have a right to move forward. It's called showing the car. So I'm going to go ahead and show the car a little bit. Coming up looking. I checked my crosswalk. You can't see it, but the car behind me is really tailgating me. I have a blinker on. So I'm going to go into the nearest lane. A lot of beginners lose sight. They go really wide, or they almost hit the curb. So we're going to go through a half roundabout first. Also, if you see bars, Chili's, any type of sports bar, people have been drinking. They're coming out lit. So you got to be aware. All right, we got this little roundabout. That's that sign there. I'm going to turn on my right turn signal because I'm going right. You guys want to see me get an expressway, I'm going to do it. I'm squeezing my brakes. I have to yield. I'm yielding. I'm looking. This car is going to come straight across my face from the left. And this car too. So that's one. And if you don't look and are not aware, now I'm clear. Okay. I'm going to drive halfway down like a beginner. I'm going to go really slow. I'm at 30. And if you're here watching, how fast should I be going? I'm at 26 miles an hour. I need you guys to type in how fast I should be going. I'm at 20 miles an hour. So if I was your instructor right now, I am so nervous. I'm saying, I need you to pick up, please. I need you to pick up, please. And then we're at 27. This is what a beginning driver does. We're at 37 now. And then you see the road ending. A lot of beginners wait. So I'm saying, I need you to get over. And then we got over, and then I'm clapping my hands, giving you a high five. The speed limit here is 70. I'm at 62. You're going to see a car fly past me. Sure. So if I'm at 65, probably 85. Speed control's pretty nice. I would have you practice in both lanes. This is a 2-lane on this side. And then, of course, we have the reflectors because we're going over a bridge. And in the wintertime, bridges freeze first. So this could be frozen. But we're not in the wintertime right now. My speed control is pretty good. Staying smooth right now. Now, I need you guys to tap in what you want me to do. Do you want me to stay here in this lane and just cruise? Do you want me to make a lane change to the left and pick up speed? Type it in. I won't move until you guys tell me what you need me to do. The option is stay here at this speed, pick up speed. Okay. I'm going to make a lane change to the left, mirror turn signal. I'm at 65. I can go up to 70. I just pop that gas, and I'm at 70. So you see me passing this vehicle, and that's good. That's okay. That's what we're supposed to be able to do, and you got all these reflectors that help you. So I'm going to ask you guys another question. I'm in the passing lane. No one is behind me. Do you want me to stay at 70, cruise here, or you want me to get back over to the right? Pick up, well, maybe become an instructor. I really enjoy helping people, and I'm a motor enthusiast, and it's been very rewarding for me over my career to help people. Now, I'm in the left lane. I don't have to deal with cars coming out and cutting us off. So I would have you stay in this lane and just cruise. It's very rewarding to teach someone how to drive. Now, there's a car coming up behind us real fast. What do you want me to do? Do you want me to pick up a little bit more or get back over to the right? You guys tell me. Pick up. Okay. I'm going to pick up real fast. I don't want to go super fast, but I'm picking up speed again. Now, in about 1.5 miles, I need to get over to the right to get to the next exit. Do you want me to get over now, or do you want me to wait till the last second? Some drivers wait till the last second. So tell me what you want me to do. I'm on the expressway. I need to get over in about a mile. And meanwhile, this behind me. Get over. Get over now. Okay, I can't cut this car off, so I got to get over. But I'm showing you've got to make a decision. So I'm looking over my shoulder. My blind spot indicator went off. I'm over. And that's what you're supposed to do. We're about 1 mile away from our exit. Speed control's pretty good. I'm at about 1/4 of a tank of gas. I'm good. 2,000 RPMs. About 70. little bit more than that, but I'm good. Speed's nice. This car does ride up a little bit higher, and that's okay. Now I'm going to ask you guys something. Do you want me to use a blinker when I get up here at this exit, or not use a blinker? I mean, obviously I'm going to be safe, but I'm going to try to show you what beginners do, or what experienced drivers do. I have to make up my mind. What am I doing, people? Blinker or no blinker? Blinker. I am very friendly, and I'm really passionate about driving, because when you see someone learn how to drive and master their anxiety, it's no other better feeling in the world, because when you drive, you're going to have independence, because your parents will have to take you somewhere. So I got a tricky turn here, so I'm going up slow, and a lot of beginners lose the road. Like you lose it. So we're at the point of no return. I'm already here in the intersection, and I have to stay to the left inside lane. So I go in slow, and I'm here. Now, I'm gonna ask you guys, what lane do you want me to get into? It's 1, 2, 3, there are 4 lanes. You want me in the far left, in the middle, or all the way to the right? Each has an advantage and disadvantage. You guys tell me what lane you want me to get into. My phone is about at 10%, so I'm just letting you know. What lane do you want me in? Now, in some cases, if you just want to chill and drive, the lane I'm in, okay, I'm in the left lane. I'm just going to stay here and chill. I'm pretty smooth. I'm looking at this car kind of drifting to the left. I'm not liking what they're doing, so I'm still trying to figure them out. So I'm going to stay. I don't like what they're doing. I'm going to get over one lane to the right. They're kind of hugging the left, and that's what you do as a beginning driver. You see how they're kind of by themselves? You got to be more with the flow of the traffic. So I'm wondering, are they tired that they have too much of a happy hour? And then that car ahead of us to the left, they just cut over. But you see how they stop and go traffic. Okay, we're at about 32 in a 50. You see this white car cut over? They're just cutting over. They're an erratic lane changer. Speed control's pretty nice. I enjoy helping people. I love teaching class and teaching people how to drive. I normally drive about 250 people a year, and that's on a slow year. Usually I drive 36 in class, but I do online classes right now, so the state limits the number of people. Speed control's pretty nice. Do you want me to stay in the middle lane or make a lane change to the left or the right? You tell me. To the right, okay. Jackson said to the right, so I look over my right shoulder. Mirror, lane change, blind spot, and that car to the right kind of swooped me out a little bit, so you saw the car kind of drift out. But that's why you have to look. Okay, speed control is good. I'm looking ahead. I'm trying to maintain good speed right now. And that tailgate. Okay, guys, I'm in the middle lane. To the right. Do you want me to stay in this lane? Do you want me to make a lane change back to the left? To the right? Okay. I'm going to get over one more lane to the right. Now I'm to the near right lane. The dangers are people going to be pulling out a Red Robin, Tropical Smoothie, all these private businesses, and that's okay. I like to be in the middle lane so you can see left and right, but I'm doing what you guys want me to do, so I'm maintaining good speed, and it's okay. So speed is good. Okay, guys, you got to let me know. You want me to stay here in the right lane, or do you want me to go back to the middle lane? Or just stay here? Maintain a pretty good speed. My goal is I want to try to make all these lights. I want good fuel economy. I'm not trying to go too fast or too slow. Middle lane, I like that. I'm going to get to the middle lane. Thank you. So I'm getting over. And that's good. A bad habit that I used to have is changing lanes in the middle of the intersection. Very dangerous. Okay, I'm in the middle lane. There's another middle, but there's a car to my blind spot to the left, so I don't want to get over yet. And they got a front fender that's been smashed up, so I don't want to mess with them. Speed control's pretty good. Everything's really nice. And if you enjoy this type where, you guys kind of tell me what you want me to do, lane changing, let me know. My battery's really low. If this brought you value, give it a thumbs up. Put more comments in. I will read those comments and reply back to you. Guys and ladies, thank you. Be safe. I hope this helped you. Bye.